Thanks for staying with us here on Joynews Prime. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I've got a big dose of sport to bring you this evening. Of course, it's a very packed evening with Joy Sports, and we'll begin with the transfer deadline. Now, Thomas Partey, the deputy captain of the Black Stars, is flown to London for medicals as the Gunners have met a £45 million release clause. Now, when you get on the sports page of myjoyonline.com, it just tells you, gives you a breakdown of that story. And it says Arsenal are closing in on the signing of Thomas Partey after paying a £50 million buyout clause for the Atletico Madrid midfielder. Now, La Liga, who hold the player's registration, confirmed that Arsenal have triggered the buyout clause. And this was earlier this evening with Atletico duly notified. Now, Arsenal have paid the amount to Atletico, and the 27-year-old is currently in London to complete the move. So there it is. And of course, social media is buzzing greatly. Well, social media is buzzing greatly with the news, and so many angles to all of this. Let's get you into the Joy Sports newsroom right now because George Addo Jr. Is getting ready. George, good to see you at this time. Special circumstances for the night. And interestingly, you know, the whole buzz about transfer deadline day has saved the fans of Manchester United and Liverpool, you know, some carry forward trouble, right?
Yeah, obviously. It's transfer deadline day and you're just hoping that your club can really get into it and do some business. After the poor results by Liverpool and Manchester United, I'm sure the fans were expecting a bit of a reinforcement. I don't think Liverpool fans are overly worried with their team. I think that they got Alcantara, they have some great players in there. Jota is doing well. So they will feel they have a good team. But Manchester United look like a team that had definitely lost the plot. But in the last 2 hours, it's been all Thomas Partey and the big party that's about to start in Arsenal and in London.
But this one is the party before the party, right?
Yes, it's certainly the party, before the party. And, I don't remember the last time, in recent times when we had
a Ghanaian player
window that had so much Ghanaian ink. And we're so excited about the transfer countdown show right after your fantastic documentary you put together, the boxing loan. Thomas Partey is about completing the deal. We have spoken to the insiders. Arsenal fans can smile, but we're going to keep counting down until Arsenal say, we finally got a man. I don't think there's going to be any news to the contrary. He's definitely going to be an Arsenal man for sure. But the likes of Christian Achu, who needs to find a club. He was clearly told at Newcastle that he needed to find a club. He couldn't stay there. And we know that he has to choose between Watford or Celtic. That's up for us as well. We also know in the last few minutes or few hours, I should say, that Kojak Samoa has terminated his contract with Inter Milan. That means that Kojak Samoa must find a club. We're told he's getting close to signing a deal there with Sampdoria. So much when it comes to the Ghanaian scene. And we're talking about all of these players. We're talking about the players who generally moved in this transfer window. We're talking about the Ghanaian players who moved on the African continent. We're talking about Ghanaian players here in the Ghana Premier League because there have been quite a number of transfers. So it's a great show for us. If we take the Ghanaian perspective from all of this, we have to focus on the clubs and what they're doing. So Arsenal, like we know, have just Gandozi, on loan to head of the league, and there's so much to go through here. Right?
Yeah, George, just before you go to sip the rest of that, that orange juice I saw you sipping a few minutes ago, there is a lot of talk about the figures, and Partey is surely going to be smiling to the bank. Just chip the top for me a little bit, not too much detail because obviously the detail is lying after 9 p.m. Chip the top a little bit as to what we should be expecting. I mean, net-wise, what should be the minimum that Partey should expect?
Now this story reminds me of what I was earning at Radio Universe compared to what I'm earning at Joy. I think Thomas Partey is making such a huge jump. I'm happy for him. From 30,000K, and he's going to be earning in the region of £210,000 a week.
Wow.
The rest on the Joy transfer countdown.
Wow.
It's good. Arsenal is looking good. We have a big party on.
Wow, great. Party before the party. George, we'll catch you after 9. You take it easy, sip a lot of orange juice, and all the best to you, Gary, and the rest of the team as we bring the transfer deadline day.